You got the hiccups, darling. I bring love. I bring peace. I bring harmony. Darling, you can't be having the hiccups in your life. Yeah, I got the hiccups, Daddy. What's going on, family? Y'all tap in. Y'all gonna learn a lot today. We can learn a lot from children. We can learn a lot from babies. They can teach you life. They can teach you healing. They can teach you restoration. Baby Amora, we're gonna let y'all see it for a second. I'm gonna give it back to Mama because I know she don't want to be out here with me long. Just want to let everybody see the darling. Looking like a garden, darling. You got the hiccups though. You can't be crying in your life. Look. Hi, darling. Baby Amora. You can learn a lot from babies, family. Liquid diet. They grow their fastest off a liquid diet. And they still piss and shit every day. What they growing off of? See? You got to reteach yourself. You don't need as much food as you think to grow and to advance and to become a healthy expression of life. You are a sun, liquid-based being from the very beginning. And she grows, every baby grows their fastest off of a mother's milk. We're going to talk about that too. The life force of the feminine principle. The DNA, that's all you keep from anything you're trying to ingest. And if it does not have a DNA, your body can't use it. That's all the body is looking for. Just think, anybody that has ever had a baby or know anything about babies, all babies are on a liquid diet. They can't have anything solid. Newborn babies, first year or two, they are growing, thriving, at their best, learning the most aware, absorb the most information on a liquid diet, on a liquid DNA diet straight from mama, a liquid simple carb diet. And we're gonna give her back to mama real quick so she can start acting up. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay, Daddy. You don't lie, you ain't paying me no attention. Hi, darling. Say bye to everybody. Baby Amora. More means love. Light of love. Say hi, darling. I don't have that. That's for mama. She's getting hungry. Everybody say hey to mama. Say hey to the queen. But like I was saying, just want to give y'all a couple downloads of some things I've learned through this natural birth. We had a natural water birth here in Florida at it's Sweet Child of Mine, something like that. Sweet Child of Mine, something like that. And so I just want to give y'all a couple quick downloads off of some misinformation from doctors, how I got her iron up, also on, healing yourself and learning from babies. All babies do is they drink liquid diets, they rest all day, they observe, they move their bodies a little bit, and they rest. And they grow their fastest. The first 2 days, she's supposed to lose weight, but because of her diet and me I put the prenatals in like her smoothies and stuff like that, and her breastfeeding the child, and breastfeeding our daughter, she actually grew. She hasn't lost any weight, and she's been growing every day off a liquid diet. And remember that they release. Remember, you absorb and you release every day. So you're not here to keep anything. We have a big misconception as the human race because we have this vast consciousness which allows us to think and believe in anything, but it does not make it true. This is not your reality. We have a misconception that this is your reality. Like anything here is yours. Like you're going to keep anything. You don't even keep the breath you breathe. When you inhale, you got to give it back. When you drink liquids, you got to give it back. You got to urinate. When you eat food, you got to give back your soil. You don't keep anything. You don't even keep your own body. When you transform to the grave, the body going to stay here. The breath going to go back within this. Your soul is going to go back into the eternal life stream. Nothing is yours. You're here to exchange with life. You're here to transform the body you were given. The body, mind, and soul you were given. And that's all we know that the moment the baby comes in, because that's all we focus on. We're not focused on careers. We're not focused on anything material. We only focus on them growing, thriving, being healthy, making sure they learn how to walk, making sure they learn how to use their muscles, making sure their mind is developing, making sure their brain is developing, making sure their heart muscles developing. We care about all their organs. We care about their skin. We care about everything that's going on natural with the baby. When do we lose that? We care about the transformation from the beginning. And that's the only thing that matters. Nothing in this reality is yours. If you remove everything artificial, it's only you and nature. So if you can't exchange with nature, you can't exchange with God. Remove everything that you feel like higher force didn't make. Remove everything that man did not make. It's only the human race, your own mind, body, and soul, and nature. This is the only way to honor your creator. Everything else is bullshit. You honor your creator with the transformation, the evolution, the health, vitality of your body, and being a good gardener to the circle of life. That's all that exists without you creating anything on top of it. And that is an undeniable fact. That's not my truth. That is a natural truth. That is the truth. That is a universal truth. And so if we can't live in harmony with our bodies and live in harmony with nature, then we can't live in harmony with each other. This is why we're so divided. How are you going to be connected and united with each other and you're not united with the circle of life? That comes first. Our division, our divorce from nature is why we're divorced from each other. Why we divorce from our brothers and sisters. Our divorce from health. Our divorce from growth. Our divorce from being a baby for nature. You're here to rely on life from the beginning. Just look at a baby. Completely relying on everything. Relying on the breath to come in. Relying on the earth. Relying on parents. Relying on milk. And as I sit here and I watch the baby as she drinks from the body of energy we call a woman. It's a body of energy, a body of life force. As the DNA comes through and the baby drinks the DNA, and she has such a mental, emotional, physical connection that we was at the store and my mother was back here watching the baby. When the baby started crying, her breast started leaking at the store. It's connection without the cell phones and not the technology. She has such a mental, emotional connection from drinking the breast milk, from drinking the DNA, that naturally when the baby cries, naturally when the baby wants milk, her breasts will start leaking. And a lot of mothers experience this. And she's drinking from the mother's universe. She's drinking from the mother's cells. She's drinking from the mother's life force. She's drinking from the mother's DNA. And that's the only thing she keeps, and she gives everything back. Every day the child is going to shit more and more. So they get the shit and they get the releasing bowel movements 3 to 4 times a day. And they still urinate. So it's the only thing she's drinking is breast milk. And they still grow every day. And here we are thinking you need meats, pills, vitamins, and everything else in the world to survive. You think you're going to die if you don't get it. And a baby is only drinking liquids. And they will grow and thrive and become and develop their best off doing this for as long as possible. Coincidentally, when you're trying to heal yourself, one of the highest types of healing is a liquid fast. You go back to being a baby again. You go back to being reborn. Because in truth, the teeth are only designed to turn your food into a liquid. If your teeth cannot turn the food into a liquid, your body can't use it. It's trying to break down the food as much as it can so it can easily absorb the DNA and give everything back to nature so it can help the nature grow. You're here to exchange with the circle of life. You're here to grow yourself and be a good gardener to nature. And you automatically do this when you eat your species-specific food, living in your natural environment. Just by living in your natural environment and breathing. When you inhale, you exhale, carbon dioxide is heavy. It hits the ground, nourishes the plants. When you drink from nature or you eat anything that in its raw organic state, it's hydrated, it's oxygenated. So you automatically going to release urine. You're automatically going to release soil. And with that soil, nature grows. So automatically, you just by being natural, you are going to exchange with God. You're going to exchange with life. You want to get to know your higher self. You want to get to know the Most High. Remove everything the Most High didn't make. It's really, really simple. It's only you and nature. The natural law is the only God's law. This is not medical advice. This is not science. This is natural advice. Because before science was nature, was natural. Before worship was nature, was natural. Before studying, before technology was nature, was natural, was your technology. And what we've done is we've given up on our transformation and decided to transform things that are easy. It's easier to grab things and create stuff in nature and transform the outside world. So hard is it to transform your inner world. So hard is it to transform the inner technology, the inner mind, the inner soul. It's so easy to upgrade computers and upgrade houses and upgrade restaurants and upgrade sports centers and upgrade entertainment and upgrade the governmental systems. It's so easy to upgrade those things, but when it comes down to upgrading the human body that must absorb the living blueprint, the living DNA, the living word from creation, it's a little bit harder. It requires focus. It requires discipline. It requires submission to life. But we've got so distracted, and that's what the Matrix is about. The Matrix is about. It's a distraction from your own transformation. It's asking you to sign a contract to upgrade the artificial world instead of yourself. And that's the truth. This is the only technology that matters. And the only technology you came here to transform. Just think, if you remove everything artificial, you got a big glowing orb of fire in the sky. You got fish in the ocean that are see-through. You can see their hearts and organs. You got lightning bulbs on the back of you got lightning bugs that have lights on the back of their ass. You got plants that come out and they eat insects. Then you got plants that grow fruit. You got birds that eat nectar, and you got birds that eat meat. If nature wanted you to have anything, pots and pans will be growing from the ground. It'll be growing from the ground. It'll be raining pots and pans and food. Just like it rains sunlight, just like it rains water, just like it grows fruit, just like the animals walk. If it's meant for you to eat it, you'll eat it just like a lizard, or like a snake, or like a lion, or like a crocodile, or like a shark, or like any other of the 7 billion species that nature made vegan or meat eater or nectar eater or grass eater or whatever you was designed to eat, whatever DNA your software was supposed to process. You see, you just like any other device, see the outside world is just a reflection of what you're supposed to be upgrading inside. Just like you have the iPhone and then you have the Galaxy and they don't have the same downloads, this is your human body. You can't download everything else that nature downloads. You have a species DNA specific blueprint for your living word. I tell everyone asks me where am I getting my knowledge from. This is not written knowledge. This is the living blueprint. It comes from the living DNA expression through me. And I always can tap in more and more once I've been like I've been like raw about 14 out of the last 15 days on just grapes and berries. I had like one cheat day. And I don't even like, I'm starting to listen to my body. I don't even like it anymore. I don't like cooked foods anymore. I don't even like my body feeling this way. I like feeling like this. I like feeling connected. I like feeling in tune. I like feeling where I can broadcast the information from the eternal and my body being a good vessel for creation. I don't own the voice. I don't own the atoms, the cells, the organ that make up this body. Stop acting like you can cut off your arm and plant it in the ground and grow a tree. You belong to life. Life does not belong to you. The animals don't belong to you. Dominion over the planet and dominion over the animals is the same dominion you have over your own body. To bring health or disease, to bring growth or decay, to bring harmony or chaos, to bring positive or negative, to bring peace or war to self, other, and all life around. That's your dominion. And you got the same dominion for anything in life. It doesn't mean automatically choose destruction, chaos, disease. Living out of harmony with each other, out of harmony with the circle of life. That's the greatest sin. You want to know how to sin or how to be in tune with God, remove everything life didn't make. If you're not in tune with the circle of life, you're sinning. If you're not respecting your own body, mind, and soul, other human beings, other animals, and everything else that came here in this realm to transform as God, as the one ocean expressing its different drops, then you can't respect God and you're not respecting God. The God you respect is toxic. The God you respect is disease, and it's reflecting in your body and your lifestyle. You see? You can't escape it. Nature knows just where to put everything. Who sent that disease? Who sent the diabetes, the cancer, the high cholesterol? All these require electrical energy. You see? And you're feeding it. You're clogging the body. And when you go on a liquid fast like babies, it starts to flow. You start to flush the body. You got to flush the body. You can't heal a sick body with more sick food. A sick mind can't heal a sick mind. Diseased food can't heal a diseased body. Dead food can't heal a dying body. You need to get on the charger. And that's what happens when you get on raw, natural food. It's really, truly only one natural way to eat. It's only one. The same way the sun eats, the same way the earth eats, the same way each plant, each insect, each animal, each creature in the ocean. It's only one natural way to eat. And that's the DNA specific food that nature designed for you. you can't create nothing that nature hasn't already created. All you're doing is either using things that nature created in harmony or in disharmony. Fire is not new. The sun has been here since creation, cooking the planet. It takes years to cook fruits and plants and coconuts, and it takes the perfect temperature. Coconut trees don't grow in Alaska, but the same sun comes out giving different, it's cooking it at different levels. The sun is the alchemist. The sun is the scientist. The sun is the oven. Perfectly bringing light, life force to the planet, perfectly energizing and bringing heat. Heat is energy. Causing the planet to express itself as a living library, which everything in nature absorbs to understand itself in the creation in better detail. And if you remove everything, the undeniable fact, if you remove everything man didn't make, you wouldn't have a choice. So because you have a choice, not free will, you have a choice. You don't have the free will to cut off an arm, plug it in the ground, and grow another body. No, you have a choice with the body, with the atoms, with the organs, with the mind, with the soul you were given. If you was given a fish body, you would have different choices, not free will. If you was given a bird body, you would have different choices, not free will. If you was given a tree body, you would have different choices, not free will. You have a choice to live in harmony with life, with God, with the Most High, with the eternal life force, with the natural. There's only one creator, the natural one. There's only one God, the natural one. There's only one way to truly live and honor yourself and your creator, the natural way. It's only one law, the natural law. It's only one order, the natural order. And everything else is a derivative of that. Science is the study of nature. Biology is the study of nature. Chemistry is the study of nature. Quantum physics is the study of nature. Anatomy is the study of nature. Religion is the unconscious worship of nature. Do we know of any religion that exists outside of nature? Do we know of worship that exists outside of nature? Do we know of saviors that exist outside of nature? Do we know of messiahs? Do we know of philosophers? Do we know of scientists? Who do we know giving information outside of the life force itself, outside of sun, air, water, and earth, ether and energy, and vibration and frequency, space, time, and matter? We have deluded ourselves to make us comfortable with the artificial reality. And that's just the truth. And you can learn from a baby, because they're undistracted for the most part. All they want is their breast milk. They don't care what you eat. They love that breast milk. She don't care what else you got going on. That's all she crying for. The only time she cry is when she want the DNA from her mother's milk. I'm only here for my transformation. You don't belong to yourself. Your children don't belong to you. Your body is a vessel here to allow the light force to be born and come in, and more light to come in, more life to come in, more life force to come into this realm and grow and express itself mentally, physically, emotionally. And we're here to grow without beginning and without end. And this is all you do by exchanging with life. Automatically. She breathes automatically. When it's time to eat, it's automatic. When it's time to rest, it's automatic. And she grows and transforms every day. And she absorbs the most at this stage. Her brain is most absorbent. Her mind is most absorbent. Most people don't realize it. I'm still realizing it now with my own problems that I've had in my past. Because through the process of healing and through the journey I've been on, I'm just now realizing how far we got to detox. You got to detox until you stop losing fat. Because toxins are stored in the fat. And all the fat from your whole life is in every cell, clogged around the arteries, clogged around the organs, clogged around the kidneys, around the heart, around the brain, around the pineal gland. And you got 7 trillion cells to detox. You see? And most of us don't realize that heart disease starts at 10. Just like lung cancer from smoking cigarettes. It didn't happen on the first cigarette. It started 20, 30 years ago. So you got to detox not from what you're doing today, not from what you're doing this year. You got to detox from what you've been doing your whole life. Because you are a sum total of all those energies, all that dead food, all the artificial products, all the vaccines. You are a sum total of everything they did to you. And the only thing you can do about it is what you do today and what you do tomorrow. You can't do nothing about what they done did to us as babies, what they did to our grandma, what they did to our great ancestors. All we can do about is what we're going to do today and tomorrow and with our children of the future, with our newfound mind, with the new energies coming in from the earth. And that's what you got to learn to realize. Everything that is artificial, apply it to the natural. You see, the real book is the DNA, which is in every living being, which the DNA is why grass is green. While orange tree is an orange tree and a mango tree is a mango tree. While I'm black and another piece of my while I'm reddish brown, caramel, and another person is really, really black, and while another person is white. The DNA. It's the reason everything has expressed in you. So you got to cleanse down to the DNA of yourself so that you can start unlocking and allow more to express. We're so sick that we forgot about transformation. All we can talk about is healing. What happens when no one needs to be healed? What happens when we're completely healthy? This is when the dormant DNA, the sleeping DNA, the sleeping parts of yourself. Don't you understand that you're here to grow and awaken the sleeping? This is what awakening is. Awakening the different blueprints, the living blueprint within yourself. Awakening the different scripts that want to express. This is why you go on a raw DNA diet. That's what a baby comes out on when she's drinking raw breast milk. It comes out perfectly warm, perfectly the perfect temperature, with the perfect amount of minerals. 17 grams of simple carbohydrates. The only thing that is in in comparison to breast milk is fruit. 17 grams of simple carbohydrates, a liquid diet, growing their fastest and still releasing matter every day. So you're not here to keep it. You're only here to absorb the life force, the living word, the living blueprint. You're here to, it's in every religious book. The living vibration, the sound, the living word, the living blueprint, the living resonance within every species, within every plant. And when you eat what nature designed for you, you get the living script designed for your software. And you start to get the upgrade, the iHuman 2019. And we don't realize you can't get time back. Every day is a chance for you to unlock more and more and cleanse deeper and deeper into the cells and allow more of the DNA, more of the different version of you to express itself. This is why it's been hard for me just coming back from the journey I've been on in the tropics. I've been gone for the last 4 years, and being here in Florida, not having anything set up, I completely submitted myself to nature. So I need the assistance from others, but they're so lost and so concentrated on the artificial world, they don't even see we cannot help each other until we say help ourselves. It's been hard making myself compatible. You probably seen me having different battles with, back and forth with my goddess. And it's nothing wrong with her. It's what I've become and what I've submitted myself to. So I'm undistracted. I'm unfocused. I don't care for the artificial world anymore, and so I'm trying to make myself compatible, trying to be more patient. I can see why these messiahs that went to the jungles, like they say, the figure Jesus who went to the jungle, went to the wilderness, and meditated and fasted for 40 days and came back cursing people. You heathens, you demons. You're destroying life, not respecting creation. Just look at these flowers. You'll never see a king dressed like that one. Because you'll never be dressed better than life has dressed you, with the skin that absorbs light and oxygen and water from its environment and transforms it into a higher vibrational being. With a body that you take in the substances from the earth that grows and you put it into the portal of your mouth. And then your body absorbs the living blueprint, the living DNA, and sends it all across 100 trillion cells to raise the vibration of your mind, your body, and your soul so that you can express as the divine being you came to express as. This is what it means to be at a higher vibration. You see, we have a lot of misconceptions, and we don't understand the. I'm going to give y'all the secret. What they say, the glass. If we have a glass that's half full of water, is it half empty or half full? Both are true. So when we say, are we equal or is there superior and inferior? Both are true. We are all equal in the one source, in the one mind, in the one soul expressing as all things. The only thing that truly exists is God, and you can't exist without it. The only thing that truly exists is the breath, the sun, the energies and frequencies and vibrations running through all life, and you can't exist without it. So we're equal in the source of all life, but we're different in expression. There is taller, there is shorter, there's faster, there's slower, there's black and there's white, there's red and there's blue. There are smarter and there are people that are dumber. There are wiser people and there are people that are more ignorant of the truth. There are people that are raised in that vibration who naturally have the life force to care for the circle of life, to care for self, the planets, and all life around. And there's people who are trying to resonate and grow to that level, and there's people who just don't give a damn. So we're all equal in source, but we are different in vibration. And a low vibrational mind can't heal a low vibrational mind. A sick mind can't heal a sick mind. A chaotic mind can't heal a chaotic mind. You need a harmonic one to do that. You need healing to do that. If you don't have the light within you, you need somebody that has the light to come and light your wick. All of us weren't born with it. Some of us were born in toxic situations and toxic realities. And we have to release the programming that has been instilled within us. If it doesn't make natural sense, it doesn't make sense at all. Anything you learn, apply it to nature. Apply it to life. Would you eat it in its natural state? Would you live here in this natural environment without tools and without this artificial world, stealing resources from it? People don't understand why it's so important to get to the tropics. Like, why we just can't live here? Or it's impossible for you to live outside of your natural environment without stealing, raping, and abusing other natures that have the natural resources and bringing them to you. You can't do it. It wasn't designed that way. You see? So in order to live outside of your natural environment, you have to abuse. You have to cause other people to starve because the U.S. has to overpower other nations because you wasn't designed to live in New York. You wasn't designed to live in Minnesota. You wasn't designed to live in the cold. So in order to bring your food, your resources, and everything you need, they have to violate other countries. They have to violate other black people. They have to violate other nations instead of you returning to where nature said you should be. This is why I need help getting that. I don't have the support I fully need other than myself and my goddess and my child and the people who are resonating with this. My mothers, my families can't understand why it's so important to be vegan and live in harmony with nature, because they don't understand the programming, the colonized, the domestic mindset. We have to realize and go into truth within yourself. If you have not been into the jungles, if you have not fasted in the jungles and lived in your natural environment for a year, you are domesticated. You've been in the zoo your whole life. You haven't returned to nature's natural embrace and let her transform you. This is why it's so hard to find healing. It's hard to find healing in the same environment that got you sick. You got to return to a natural one. In order to return to your natural state of health, you have to return to your natural mindset, your natural environment, to your natural species-specific food. For the natural way you were designed to live so that you can be restored by the powers of life. The same powers that hold the skin on the flesh on the bones, that hold the heart in place, the organs in place. When you get cut, you don't be like, oh, hurry up here. It's already automatic. You in a self-organized, self-intelligent system. The body you've been given temporary control. That's it. But it's not yours. You've been given temporary control of a body. And it's going right back to the earth when you're done with it. When you're done transforming as much as you can, absorbing and exchanging as much energy you can, and raising the vibration as much as you can of this planet, this realm, and yourself, you gotta give it back. It all stays. Nothing yours. Stop pretending like you know where your soul is going. You just jumping in the ocean of life and relying on life to send you somewhere into your next expression. Pending how you honor the Creator with your body now. You honor the Creator with how you take care of your temple, the animals, the plants, and planet. That's the only thing natural here. Remove everything artificial from your life. If you're lost, you don't know what to believe, fuck it all. Remove all religions. Remove all science. Remove everything. It's only you and nature. If you can't live in harmony with that, if you don't understand your body, your biology, your DNA, your mind, body, and soul, and its relationship to the natural exchange of life, to the natural mind, body, and soul of creation, to nature, to the elements and forces that hold all life together, you have indeed failed, my friend. And nature has a place for you. Don't we see parasites and roaches and ants and bugs and little creatures we don't like. Nature got a place for you if you don't want to be human. If you don't want a high vibrational mind, she got a low vibrational body for you. She got worm body and ant body. She got somewhere for you to be. Don't worry about that. You've been given the privilege to express as something a higher vibrational. And you completely rely on life, sitting here acting like everything is yours. Sitting here acting like you can do what you want to do and you're going to get away with it. No, you're not. And you haven't. Look inside yourself. Look at your own body. I'm still healing from the damage that was done to me, to myself. It's been a long journey being who you are today. It took a long time to develop the mindset, the skills, the body. Everything that you call you, it took a while to develop this expression of yourself. As I look at a baby and I look at my child, when do we get consciousness that this is my body, that I'm me? You see? Who taught us that? That this is my creation? Because that's not what a baby thinks. A baby comes here completely understanding, loving, smiling, relying on the forces of life, completely in bliss, happy to just observe life, happy to just see parents and see the sky and see birds and see trees and just to be here, to be able to absorb and drink from her mother, just excited. She smiles. When do we lose the compassion and the natural love and the natural empathy for all life and for ourselves, and a natural connection and a natural unity? We lose it through your divorce from the circle of life, from your divorce from nature, from your divorce from your food. How can a living mind, a living soul, a living body assimilate the dead and bring it into a higher vibrational state? I made a post the other day that shows clearly in every single way, nothing about you is designed to eat meat. All predators have tails. All predators see black and white. That's what you need to hunt. Night vision. You see? You see in color. So when you start eating like them, you start seeing like them. This is why you lose your vision. Because you want to eat like a predator. You want to eat like a black and white seeing animal. Then you'll be one. You start to lose your vision. You start to get blurry. All predators have litters, not children. They have like 8 or 9. They all come with the biological equipment. Stop acting like life has made a mistake with you. Do you even want razor sharp nails? Do you even want teeth like a lion or like an alligator? Do you want the body and the hard armored back of an alligator that's used to defend itself from prey? Do you want to express that way? So stop pretending like you walk around plucking lizards off a tree and squirrels off a tree and biting their heads off like you're some carnivore, like you're some meat eater. And even for those who believe that we are omnivores, omnivore means that you can survive off of plants or animals, so it still means that you're choosing suffering over life. Omnivore means you can survive off of both. You can get nutrients from both. That's what it means. So you're choosing the destruction of animals, the exploitation of animals. In order for an animal to stay pregnant and keep having babies, we have to force them to get pregnant. How do you keep billions of grown animals in a store every single day? Every day? And every McDonald's and every Wendy's and every Kroger and every Publix and every Walmart? How do you keep grown animals? When do they grow? This is why the misconception with people that, you got to eat meat to stay big. It's some steroids. It's the steroids and what they're injecting these animals with. This is why you look muscular or look somewhat healthy. It's the steroids causing the fat and the toxins to be condensed into your arteries so you can't see it. And this is why these gym heads, they'll die at a gym at 45 looking great with a heart attack. Look real good. But you force, just by working the muscles, you force the toxins into the arteries. That's all you're doing. Most species eat the same food and not the same size. We're not designed to be big species. Elephants, deer, and rabbits eat the same food. Hyenas, cheetahs, and lions, same food, different sizes. Eagles, falcons, different sizes. Whatever is supposed to express into your DNA, into your living blueprint, will express if you just follow what nature has designed for you, what God has designed for you. After all, Who designed the plants, the animals, the fruits, the insects, and your own human body, the organs and the cells that make up your own being? Are you respecting it or not? It's that simple. Period. Are you respecting your temple in the circle of life and the natural exchange that God has created or not? That simple. If you're not with God, you're against it. If you're not with the circle of life, you're against it. If you're not with life, if you're not with health, if you're not with love, if you're not with unity, if you're not with power, you're against it. And this was the difference about me going on my journey into the nature. It was not an escape to the tropics. I was returning home. I brought peace with me. I brought harmony with me. I brought love with me. I brought power with me. I brought the Zen to the mountain. The mountain didn't bring the Zen to me. That's the problem. You don't go to somewhere to try to escape. It must already be within you. And everywhere I went, every video I made in every country, you can see it expressing. I challenge you, go to my YouTube, go to every video. You can see the light expressing. I don't like doing light. I don't like doing lives unless I fasted on grapes or fasted on fruit or fasted on juice so that the DNA, so that consciousness can express. I don't own the information coming through me. I don't own this breath. I don't own the body. Who's sending the life force through this body? Who's sending the frequency, the energy? Who's coming out of that eye? The same black pupil looking out of every eye. No matter the insect, no matter the animal, the pupil is black, which allows everything in creation to vibrate and express itself and see itself. You're being recorded with every animal that watches you, with every person that watches you, with every insect. You're being recorded. You can't hide from life. That fly on the wall see you. That ant in the house see you. That roach in the house see you. That bird in the sky see you. That grasshopper out in the field see you. That other human seeing what you did. Stop doing that. Get mad because people watching. Because life is watching you at all times. And I got the right to express. Because it's not my law. The body is just being used to communicate the law. I didn't create this growth or decay, this harmony or chaos, this peace or war, this light or dark, this planet, this realm, this circle of life. I'm just respecting it. I'm here to be a good human. I'm here to be a full-fledged human and allow the life force to use me, to allow the highest vibrational energies, the highest vibrational foods, the highest vibrational life force to use me and communicate, to express and exchange with the world, to exchange with you, so that we can cause more growth and be good gardeners to each other, good gardeners to creation. That's all you're here to do, is grow, to grow yourself and grow creation, and love, peace, and harmony, and respecting the same growth, the same peace you want for yourself, the same growth you want for yourself, the same transformation. Each tree wants that transformation. Each plant wants that transformation. Each animal wants that transformation. Each insect wants that transformation. Each solar system. We're all here to transform and grow with the circle of life, and you can't stop it. The only thing you can do is direct whether it's going to be healing or toxic. You can't stop it. You don't own it. You can just direct the energies of harmony or chaos, peace or war, anger or happiness, love or hate. You can direct the energies and the emotion, but you can't stop them. They don't belong to you. They belong to life. And so do you. And the more we start respecting life, we will automatically start respecting each other, because we are beings of life. The more we start respecting the light, the sun, the more we start respecting the earth, the more we start respecting the waters, we automatically start respecting each other. Because you are the waters. You are the earth. You are the universe condensed into a human body, here to help the universe grow as yourself, as the planet. And we've given up that transformation. Sold our minds to books. Sold our minds to technology outside of the own true technology. As if creation didn't give you something good enough. As if your body, mind, and soul was not good enough. This is the best gift you've been given. You could have been a tree. You could have been a roach. You could have been a parasite. You've been given a human body, the most advanced technology, the most advanced consciousness on this planet. And with that advanced consciousness, you can bring more growth, harmony, love, peace to all life around, including yourself, or you can bring more destruction, chaos, death, and war to all life around. And here you are, using the energy of God to bring your chaos. Blaming God for it. Blaming the devil. It's you. It's time we take self-responsibility. It's time we take cell responsibility. Responsibility for the cells, the atoms, the tissues, the organs that make up your being so that you can express yourself. It's so hard to understand that everything you're doing is so automatic because the first 7 years of your life condition your subconscious to automatically choose foods, places, and things that might be good or not good for you. So you got to reach down into that subconscious. You got to meditate every day. You got to yoga every day. You got to eat clean foods because you have to restore the damage. You've been attacked. You've been at war since you came out and you're just now waking up to the war. But since you came out the womb, you're being attacked. They attacked your mother. You shouldn't breastfeed. Give them baby formula. They attack you when you go to the store. With all these artificial processed food, it's a biological attack against your DNA, against your natural mindset, which clogs up the pineal gland, which don't allow you to see correctly, which don't allow you to be psychic and intuit and make the right decisions. You gotta detox this. Every religion, it's like most of the religions, it's okay that they might be allegory or fairy tale, but if you just listen to certain parts, your body is the temple. Honor it. He who destroys his temple, I will destroy that person. Look what's happening. Bodies being destroyed, bodies being dismantled. If you can't honor life, you can't honor yourself. You can't honor your neighbors. You can't honor your family. You're automatically disconnected. It's time we restore the damage. I'm the sun. All I can do is show the way. I cannot walk the path for you. I'm the light of life. Human sunlight. I can light a path. I can't walk the path for you. We all must take the path ourselves. You are in control of the feet. You've been given temporary control of your feet. You've been given temporary control of your mind, of your soul, of your body, of your emotions. It's time you take the path. You got to love yourself. The body is a residence, not a cemetery. You see? The body is a temple, not a tomb. You got to eat from the garden, not the grave. Naturally, you don't like dead food. You got to season it with living foods just to make it palatable. You got to season it with herbs and spices and mangoes and strawberries and different oils and cook it in flour just to make it palatable. Just to make it make some type of sense. Because who drives by dead animals and start eating on the side of the road? You're hungry, right? You're hungry driving around. You driving down the street, you see a dead animal, you're hungry, get out and eat. Don't happen. All these free lizards and free squirrels, why you go to the store to buy meat? You're a predator. You see? We're paying for the death and the destruction of ourselves in the world. We're investing into it. It's not a good investment to teach black people the right thing, or any people the right thing. And for those watching, I say black people because we're the most diseased, we're the most attacked, we're the most stressed, and we are the root of the planet. When black people heal, the rest of the world will heal. So when we're focusing on healing the tree, we heal the roots, not the branches. By healing the roots, the branches automatically start to express and grow fruit. All life, all humans came from the original essence of the black woman, the black DNA, and expressed and grew and mutated outwards. So love your expression, but know the roots. And until we can't take care of the roots, we can't heal. This is why they say until we heal Africa, we won't heal. It's the root of this realm. Till Africa heals and black people heal, we just won't heal. Until we're healed mentally, until our DNA is resurrected, until our bodies are resurrected, until our natural, vibrant bodies in harmony with the sun, sun-based beings, beings who eat directly from the sun, water-based beings who eat their water. We don't even understand that the word primate does not mean monkey. Primate means main important being. prime mate, soul mate, prime, most important, highest quality. We the highest quality mates on the planet. The highest vibration, the primate first. Original. The original mind, the original essence, the original soul, the original power, the original life force expressed into a being. Primate. And as a primate, none of the primates drink water. They don't drink water. They eat their water. Because when you eat water, you're eating the DNA. This is the same thing a baby does. This is the same thing a spider does when it wraps up a prey and it turns into a liquid. Everything in nature is liquid for liquids. When a lion eats the flesh of an animal, it keeps the blood and it shits out the solids. No animal is trying to keep any solids. You're not here to keep the earth. You got to give back the earth so the earth can keep growing. You don't keep nothing from the earth. You keep the liquid form of what the plant has turned. The plant has turned iron into liquid iron. The plant has turned copper into liquid copper. It has turned sunlight into liquid light. So you eat a carbohydrate. Carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Hydrates of carbon. Liquid melanin, liquid light. And this is what the body is after. So when you eat living foods, the body is only absorbing the life force from it and giving everything else back. It only wants the electrical charge, the electrical energies, and the DNA so that it can assimilate into your DNA and cause you to express it higher and higher levels, mentally, emotionally, and physically. The more we understand this, the easier. It's automatic. Just like your body stays good. It's like when you eat the right foods, you don't go inside your body and be like, okay, correct this organ and this organ over here, detox that organ. It's automatically you start to release toxic energies, release a toxic mindset, and the body starts to come together. And just how it works on the inside of you, this is how it's going to work on the outside of us. Naturally, it took us a while to get to this sick, disease, divided state. So it's not going to happen with everybody going vegan for 1 month or going raw vegan for 1 month. But naturally, as the body heals inside yourself, the outside body will heal itself and come together and start to function naturally. Just with each person starting to respect the circle of life, they will naturally start to respect each other. Naturally. They will naturally start to respect their own self. This is why it's so dangerous and so important. I'm trying to get my mothers and her grandmas to understand how important it is for them to be on the same level as my child is and me. Because until you are a threat to them. Mentally, you are a threat to them. Emotionally, you are a threat. Physically, you are a threat. Even though you're trying to express your love. But the love you're having for yourself is not meeting life standards. These aren't my standards. These are life standards. Like, the tree wants to be a full-fledged tree. I want my daughter to be a full-fledged human. I want her to be a full-fledged, high-vibrational, feminine being. And we don't directly control each other. No one can directly make anybody do anything. But we all directly influence each other. Each one of our thoughts, each one of our emotions, each one of our actions affects the next person. And it determines how you respond based on how somebody presents their mind, emotion, and actions to you. You will respond differently. Just like somebody comes slap you, it's going to automatically cause a reaction. And pending the person and their experiences, some people are going to punch you off jump. Some people are going to be like, oh my God, he slapped me. It's going to be a different response based on the person. But that action affected that person's response. Just like this. It can be 10 people sitting in a circle. A snake can slide by. Every person is going to respond differently. One person might try to let it out. One person's going to scream and try to run through the wall. One person ain't going to know what, they're going to be shook. You see? This is consciousness. We got to learn to love ourselves. We are all mentally, emotionally, physically affecting each other and causing the world that we experience. So I get about 10% battery left. I hope y'all enjoyed. the information and the downloads I just given, I give y'all some major downloads. You have to eat like a baby again. You have to restore yourself. Don't have any doubts. You have any doubts, just go back to looking at babies. Babies grow their fastest, they are most developed off a liquid diet only for the first 3 to 4 to 5 years. Liquid carb diet, 2 grams of protein, 17 grams of carbohydrates. It has more simple carbs than anything else in breast milk. And it's a known fact in every nation across the world that babies grow and develop their fastest and are superior to babies who don't feed off breast milk, which is basically a liquid milk fruit diet because it's a simple carbohydrate. So basically, she's drinking from the fruit of the mother's tree. You see, the woman is the tree of life, and the baby is drinking from her fruit, drinking the nectar from her flower. If you look at the flesh part, if you look at under the skin at a breast, it looks just like a flower. She's literally drinking from the nectar of her flower, of her body, and growing and thriving her best, absorbing the DNA and giving back soil every day, giving back urine every day. So you're not designed to keep anything. You don't have to keep anything to grow and thrive. If you're keeping it, this is what causes disease, because it's congestion. It's congested. You're designed to flow and release energy. You're designed to absorb the light, absorb the DNA, and release what does not serve you. If you're keeping all of it, this is when you start to see the obese, the arthritis, the osteoporosis, the calcified pineal gland, the diabetes, the high blood pressure. This is when you start to see, because you're clogging the body and you're keeping things you shouldn't be keeping. The heavy metals, the artificial processed products, the steroids that's coming from those animal foods that you're eating. Because there's only one way to keep grown animals in a store every day. You have to violate that growth rate. Every single day, 365 days a year, grown chickens, pigs, and cows every single day. And they're pregnant all the time. How is an animal pregnant every year? It's milk every day. It's grown meat and grown chickens and grown animals available every single day. How in the fuck? Time we wake up. We gotta love ourselves completely. So I'm here in Florida. Whoever I'm trying, I got a couple ideas, man. I'm trying to make it work best, because for me, I really want to be in the tropics, but I had my daughter here. They wanted to be here in Florida, and I'm trying my best to bring things together and make sense out of it, so I can try to get land and stuff in the tropics, and build here. I got a couple ideas for shirts. I got a couple ideas for things I'm gonna get online, but I don't have these things set up. I've been going to the jungle, so I don't have any. I don't have a team here of people who know how to put together things online and websites, or anybody that knows anything about or have anything set up on like shirts or any good deal on making shirts and stuff like that. Y'all can hit me up as well. But I do offer my detox, my cleanse, my parasite cleanse, and my advice and my consultations, and I'm willing to work with people who are willing to exchange energy with me. And I don't, like I said, for most people who have used my program over and over again, it's been 3 years since I just lived in the tropics, and I've been surviving, sustaining, providing for me, myself, and my child. So I might not have a house, I might not have my own car, I might not have my own land, but I've been completely taken care of by not charging anyone, only letting them send me a donation of appreciation. Whether they send it or not, I still send it. Whether it was $5 or $100, I still sent it. And I've been sustaining myself that way. But in order for me to do more and to broadcast more, I have too much information and too much light I can give, and I know exactly what to do. I know the way. But like the son, and like any Messiah, I didn't come for the abundance. I didn't come for the money. I don't care for it, so it's gonna come when it comes. But anybody watching that does have, that does have a lot of abundance to expand, and they really want to help the world, they want to help through me, and want to help expand something great, hit me up. We can do it. I'm willing to do events. I'm willing to go speak out. I'm willing to go and help people. But I've been gone long, and I don't know. I really don't have anything set up. I don't know where to go on this. I deleted my vibration from the Babylon, like the Matrix. I jumped out of it for a second, and now I'm back in it. Like, what the hell? Like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to, make myself compatible, and I want to make a way to provide for my daughter the best way I can, because I really don't want to. I really want her to have the best, and want her to be able to. I want to be able to control everything that goes on with her growth, and be able to be the reason why she's going to be the best expression of herself, and that requires a lot of things to go on here in this system, because it's a lot easier to sustain yourself in the tropics because everything in the tropics, the land is cheaper, the apartments are cheaper, the food is cheaper, everything is just more natural and more towards people sustaining themselves to live versus just for the artificial world and making everything very expensive. So being here has made things a little more difficult, but it's easier for me to I can sustain myself pretty easy, but I hate having to rely on people. I hate having to rely on people who are not living in the same light, because then they feel like, oh, okay, well, if you all that, then you shouldn't be. Like, I wouldn't be here. I'm here for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you're here and you have to rely on people, and you're used to living in the tropics and relying completely off life, then you submit yourself to a lot of different vibrations and energies in mind. I be trying to keep myself as calm, as compatible as possible, because I can't, especially when people don't understand, when I'm fasting like this, and only certain people understand, when you cleanse to a certain level and you get into deep, I can't stop the energy that it's a channeling. I'm channeling life. I'm channeling. This is why I automatically go live when I start to go 14 days or 10 days on just fruit, or just, I can't stop it. The DNA, the mind, the emotion, it's not me. I don't own this body. It's not me anymore. This broadcast, you looking at a channel. You're looking at a station. This station is called Amun. I'm just broadcasting the higher wheel through Amun. And just like a radio station, when I feel it, when I get off of raw foods, just one turn off the dial and you get static. I swear. It's crazy. And I see why people start to stick to raw foods. It's not because I love the way cooked foods taste, but they don't make me feel mentally, emotionally powerful. They don't make me feel good anymore. My body has accepted so much from life now, it just won't resonate with anything lower. I see why now. It's like I said, it's like a radio station. One little dial off, just one little click off, and you get static. When you on a station of life, when you're on a station of power, when you're on a station of light, when you're on a station of love, I don't want to switch. When you're on the most powerful station you can be on, when you're getting a clear signal from the Most High, you really don't, I don't want to switch. And it's hard being around people who don't fully understand this shit. This shit is deep. I start to dream more. I start to feel like I'm floating in my dreams. It's sick. I start to have dreams of talking to whales and hugging oceans and listen, this shit gets deep. And so we don't understand. It's so many levels to ourselves. You have a blueprint. You have a living library in your body that stretches from here to the sun. It's called DNA. And 90% of it, at least, is dormant, sleep. And the more you stay on the charger, you see, when you plug in to nature, when you plug into the natural forces of life, it's like you putting your phone on a charger. You see? You start to get charged up. And the longer you stay on the charger, the more you stay charged. And think about it, when you get on 100%, as long as you don't take yourself on the charger, take yourself off the charger, you stay on 100. As soon as you take yourself off the charger, this is how it is when you go back from raw foods to cooked foods, or from living in your natural environment and living in harmony with nature to going back to another lifestyle. It's like you took yourself off the charger. And I might be able to plug up sometimes, but it's hard to stay on 100 when you can't stay on the charger. Nature is the charger. Nature is the outlet, the inlet. Yeah, I astral playing Akashic records all the time. You're talking to the Akashic records right now. This is the Akashic, the living library. I am the earth expressed in a human body. And the more I tap into the DNA, the more the Akashic records expressed in a moon through the earth can express itself. I'm astral planing right now. I'm astral planing from different dimensions and organs within my own being. Each organ is its own living being. Has its own function. And functions without your conscious intent. The heart doesn't need your conscious intent. The lungs, the liver, the gallbladder, the kidneys, your sexual organs don't need your conscious intent. When you're about to ejaculate, it don't need your conscious intent. It's going to happen. Just keep at it. It's already self-organized and self-intelligence. When you go to sleep, you go into the different dimensions of yourself. Let me see if I can plug this up before I die. I don't want y'all to die right now. This always happens to me. So yeah, and that's what it is. It's like Simone just asked about astral projection and Akashic records. See, we have completely forgotten. We don't have time to play around. You can't get time back. Each day, look how long it took you to get 30 or 40 years old. Like, you can't get that time back. You only got a certain amount of time to transform and unlock the Akashic records, the living blueprint, the living DNA, and to transform to the highest and the best versions of yourself that you might not never see if you don't. You can't get that time back. But each day is a day to do it right, to do it correctly, and to unlock and to heal and to cause more versions and a higher version and a better expression of yourself to express that the Most High, that the higher will, that the eternal life force can use. You come in just like a baby, completely relying on life to be used by life. You're here to serve life. And you've been doing it since you've been here. Has it been healing or toxic? Has it been healthy or a diseased way? But you've been serving creation since you've been here. How have you been serving creation? What energies have you been serving in creations? But you gon' serve. Whether you a parasite or a bumblebee. Whether you bring life to nature or you assimilate death, you gon' serve. The only choice being made is, are you going to be in harmony with life, love, peace, growth, a higher vibration, or in harmony with the lower vibration, with the chaos, with division, and being divided from each other in low vibrational sick bodies and sick minds and malnourished mindsets? Disconnected from all life, disconnected from each other. I bring truth. I promise you. I be trying to I don't know it all. But all is moving through me and trying to express itself. And it does not take away from all that I do know. I don't really deal with too many maybes. If it ain't in harmony with life, it's not in harmony with me. I go straight to the natural, straight to nature, straight to the source. The source of all books, the source of all wisdom, the source of all truth. There's no truth that exists outside of nature. There's no way to describe your higher force or your higher will without directly describing some energy you experience in nature. Just like a baby, you come into this realm completely unaware of any word, of any religion, of any truth, of anything other than the natural cycles and exchanges of life. That didn't change, only your perception did. Nothing changed from you as a baby. Only your perception, only your programming, only your colonization, only your domestication changed. Only your malnourished mindset changed. But the same nature that has been nourished and exchanged with all babies in life, with all nations in life, with all animals and all trees and all stars and all galaxies and all planets, it's still been here since creation. Before you were born, after you were born, the only thing that's changing is our perception and our decision whether to respect it or not respect it. And that's the immutable truth. I bring truth. I bring love. I bring peace. I bring healing. I bring ascension. I bring the eternal expressed as Amun. If you don't resonate, this ain't the channel or the frequency or the live stream for you. Much love, family. Hope y'all enjoyed. Anybody that's interested in my program, supporting the Amun, supporting what I'm trying to build here, like I say, if I can get land in the tropics and get somewhere where we can grow fruit and live in harmony and let people come there and eat on raw foods for a month and work out and train and restore their bodies, I'm telling you, I hear the world one family at a time. We can do it. Every time you save a drop, you save the ocean. Each person is a drop of the ocean. Each drop you save saves the ocean. It changes each ripple. See, each person is a drop that affects the whole ocean of life. Life is an ocean of creation. Life is an ocean of energy, an ocean of life force. An ocean of the circle of life. And each person's drop will ripple out and affect the whole ocean. So that every time we get a person to start living in harmony with each other, living in harmony with life. Start respecting their temple, start respecting nature, start respecting the other animals and the plants, and just living to grow and transform and being happy with your expression. Being happy with what creation has expressed as you. Today we are too unhappy. Men don't want to be men. Women don't want to be women. Humans don't want to be humans. Blacks don't want to be blacks. Whites don't want to be whites. As if you had a choice. You got to love what creation can't express nothing better than you. No matter what you are, because this is what creation expressed as. It's self-intelligent, self-organized, self-healing. The only time you don't feel you're perfect, the only way not to feel perfect, the only way not to feel great, the only way not to feel powerful, the only way not to feel love is to compare your love, to compare your power, to compare your greatness, to compare your perfection to somebody else. If there's no comparison, everything is perfect. The only way to get out of perfection is to compare it to something else. And that's what I try to show people. I'm not a high vibration over you. I'm a high vibration as you. It's only one God in existence. Only one being in existence. This is what we mean, let others teach you, because it's really not others teaching you. They are your own mind. Your family is your own mind. Your family is your own DNA. Your family is your own script. It's okay to let others lead you. As long as they're leading you to, as long as they're lighting your path. Let me change it. It's okay to let others light your path. It's okay to let others light your candle. But you don't need to be hanging around other unlit candles. Let me check out some of these questions real quick. Exactly. The battle is with the mind and the soul. Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be submitting. And the more, it's only going to come out more and more now, because I'm submitted now. Like, the more I stay on raw foods, the more I stay, I meditate all day, but it's different. Like, people don't understand the food is the food is like the battery. It's the charger. Like, you got everything else, but if you don't have the spark plug, the battery just ain't working. Like, the meditations, the yoga, the working out don't work the same until the diet is perfect. Because this is what you're putting into your inner world. See, we don't understand this. We don't understand that everything is your mind. That's what it means to control your mind. To control everything. Because your food is your mind. The places you go is your mind. The things you watch is your mind. The people you hang around is your mind. So when you're feeding the body, you're feeding the mind. And what you eat has the most powerful effect. So you're affected by you're affected by the world around you. But what you eat has the most powerful effect of the charge that you're going to receive from the earth, directly from the earth. Because it's not like we're living natural outside, walking and grounding on the earth every day. Outside bathing in the sun for 4 hours a day. Outside jumping in the oceans every day. We're not doing that. So you have to eat the ocean. You have to eat the earth. You have to eat the sun to replace the natural environment that you're missing. You got to put it on the inside. When I'm in the tropics, I eat less. I don't even get hungry like that. Because I'm out in the sun all day. I'm jumping in the oceans, in the river, in the geothermal waters. I'm drinking coconut water. I'm mostly hydrated by the sun, the earth, and the waters directly. So I'm fully charged by the life force. You're here to keep light. You are a being of pure energy. Your body is literally like a water mattress. Just touch it. You're not here to keep anything solid. You're a walking water mattress. You're a water-based being. You're like a sponge. You start sweating just by working out. You go run a little bit. I'm just talking. I'm just heating up from the inside and I start sweating out. You are a liquid. You are a liquid-based being. Too many solids will cause your body to get congested, diseased, and dismantle itself. Everything got to flow. When you inhale, you got to give it back. When you drink, you got to give it back. When you eat, you got to give it back. Everything got to flow smoothly. And everything is a part of your mind. Everything is your mind. Everything is mind. That's actually one of the Hermetic laws. Everything is mind. This is how you control it. See, just thinking that your mind is in here is messing you up. Each person you see during the day is your mind reacting. Like that person that you didn't plan on seeing today, they sparked up. This is your They are part of your mind, here to give you a quick message, here to kind of direct you for the day. You be praying for stuff inside your mind, and then it pops up on the outside of you. It's all connected. Everything is affected because everything is connected. Your inner world is a reflection of the outer world. The outer world is a reflection of your inner world. As above, so below. It's automatic. This is why controlling your foods will manifest other things into your life. Just like this. If a person is eating, normally they eat McDonald's every day. Normally they go to the club every day, every weekend. Normally they work in a warehouse. They decide to start, they quit their job. They decide to go to the tropics and heal themselves, right? So naturally, they already mentally have chosen a better environment. Naturally, I'm going to eat better foods. Naturally, the people, places, the people that you would have met and the energies you would have met at McDonald's will no longer exist in your life. You have changed the mindset. You have changed your reality. You see, the places I used to go no longer exist to me anymore. They don't exist in my reality. I don't go to these, you see? So I'm not going to meet the same beings. I'm not going to be the same places, and I'm not going to end up in the same events anymore. So just by changing your food, it reflects it's just energy. You're controlling the energy and choosing energies that are best for your vibration, and it's going to reflect to other areas of your life. You start to choose better places like Whole Foods and natural markets. And in natural markets, you start to meet more yogis. You start to meet more people on chakras. You start to meet more people that know about your African. You start to meet more natural people and more natural places as you eat more naturally. You start to restore yourself. And life can then guide you. You see, all your healers, they're already waiting on you. Your healers are waiting on you. They at Whole Foods. They at the natural markets. They in tropical villages. They at retreats. They at the yoga center. They at the they waiting on you. They just waiting on your mind to grasp it. We're waiting. Life has already set up everything you need. It's a building waiting for just you. It's a person waiting for just you. Can't wait till you get there. They gonna know when you get there. They be like, I've been waiting on you. And you can be like, yeah, I've been praying about this, meeting somebody that will help me in my journey. It's already, how many times have you seen so much symmetry when you change your mindset for the better of your mind, body, and soul? People were already waiting just for you to make the decision. Life. See, that's another thing. It's not really people. It's just bodies of energy. It's just life waiting on you. Everybody's connected and here to serve life whether they want to or not. So you see a person waiting on the yoga center, that's life waiting on you in the yoga center. That's higher will expressing through a person waiting on you. That's not whole food. That's a body of energy. It's a body of people in there. It's a body of energies in there trying to nourish themselves better. It's a body of minds in there trying to nourish themselves better. It's a body of souls in there trying to nourish themselves better. So you have to change the perception a little bit. Upgrade your perception. Everybody is a body of energy that represents the health or disease of humanity. That represents the growth or decay of humanity. That represents the harmony or chaos. That represents the evolution or de-evolution of the humanity. Each being. And you either with the light or you're not. And that's what we have to start being honest with ourselves and start making decisions that really matter. What else really matters to your creator? You want to, like I said this a couple of times in the video, you want to know what matters to your creator. You want to know what matters to God. You want to know what matters to the Most High. Remove everything that man didn't make. Because most of the shit you didn't make. You didn't make the TVs and the phones, and you didn't make all this shit. Most of the stuff you didn't even make anyway. You didn't make Snickers and candies and all these artificial processed food. You didn't make all this shit anyway. Remove everything artificial from your life. It's only you and the circle of life. This is your purpose. This is your main function. This is how you honor the Creator. If you can't honor the Creator with your temple, your soul, your body, your mind, and your heart, and its connection with the circle of life, you have indeed failed your Creator. And there's no maybes about that. You just here living your life. Disrespecting creation. But nature has a way to force beings to respect life. It's called being a tree. See, if you don't learn how to be a human, you can just be a tree. You just gonna have to stand there and respect. You're gonna have to stand there and respect life. Just gonna absorb light and absorb the earth. You don't want to be human. Just be a tree. Just stand here. Nature got a place for you. You got a place for that. Time we love ourselves completely, family. So I think I've been on long enough. I got another live I do for y'all. I'll talk about the more about what happened in natural birth. Y'all love yourself completely. Y'all start eating more natural raw foods. Y'all start going to more high vibrational places, hang around more high vibrational friends. Love your families, love your others, love those trying to transform, love those who are still that still have sick minds and diseased mindsets and still trying to restore themselves. See where they at, see where they're coming from, but don't let it transform you. Don't let it take your vibration down. You see, we are here to raise their vibrations up. You see, that's the thing, is that we don't want to go into places and let those places bring us back down and make us feel guilty for being a better being, make us feel guilty for being a high vibrational being, make you feel guilty that you decided to transform your DNA, and they make you feel guilty for making that you feel like you got superpowers, that you can leave your body, that there's something higher going on in this realm, that there's something higher going on inside this inner technology, that there's something higher going on in this inner world, making you feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. Feel the power. Spread the light. Be connected to the earth. Be connected to the sun. Find your power. Find your way to express yourself. Submit. Commit. It's time we pledge to life. There's nothing else. We pledge to flags. We pledge to books. We pledge to items. Who gonna pledge to the earth? Who gonna pledge to the sun? Who gonna pledge to nature? Who gonna pledge to the circle of life and transforming this human reality? The human mind, the human body, the human soul, the human blueprint, the human Akashic record, the human portal, the human dimension. You are a multi-dimensional being expressing different dimensions of yourself. You got so many dimensions, we call it different things. Body, mind, and spirit, they all the same thing. There's so many different dimensions. We're trying to figure out how to categorize it. Multi-dimensional being. You go somewhere every night you sleep. Because the only thing that sleep is just a physical presentation. The soul ain't sleep, the mind ain't sleep, the mind is traveling. It never stops moving. No organ, no being in your body stops. No being goes to sleep in your body. What organ goes to sleep inside the body? How are you sleep? The brain ain't sleeping. The heart ain't sleeping when you sleep. The lungs, everything is functioning. Everything is alive and vitalized and awake. You put yourself to sleep. Look at you. This is why we don't see our dreams, why we're not astral projection, why we're not accessing higher realms, because you convince yourself that you're asleep. You're just charging, you're resting, you're restoring the body so you can move around and control it the next day. But nothing inside the body sleeps. The mind, 95% of your brain is dedicated to the transformation of the cells, the atoms, the tissues, the organs that make up the body. The only time you get disease is when you take that 95% that wants to transform the inner world and bring it into the outer. And start transforming the outside world. Start transforming computers and phones and corporations and businesses and things that nature just can't use. The sun can't use can't use these corporations for growth. It can't use entertainment for growth and vitality and to bring transformation to the planet. Life can't use these things. They're here to entertain us and to keep us just a little bit entertained. Because we can be here for a long time. But we're not here to serve it, to fall in love with it, to abuse the planet, to abuse each other by selling our soul to that system. And that's what we have done. And so we must use, and so we can't, there's no way everybody can just drop everything right now, right? And just take and go to the tropics. But we got to use what we have. We got to use what they're giving us to destroy nature and use it to restore it. See, right now we invest everything that black people making and that all people are making. We make dead trees that they provided to us. They've convinced us to buy nature as if we own, as if we owe another galaxy money or something. Like, how can every nation be bankrupt and we make the money? So they've sold their soul. They convinced us that we must buy our transformation. We must buy the planet. That you can actually buy the earth, like you're gonna take it with you to the grave. Like you can actually buy something. Nothing, you can't really possess anything. It all belongs to life, and you're going to go back to life, and everything you're going to leave here. So we must use what we must use the oppression to restore back nature. We got to use the funds and the energy and the resources that they're giving us to restore the damage. And people think that it's not your job. It is your job to restore life. What do you think you came here for? It is your job to be a good gardener to the earth. You're just choosing not to. It is your job to restore nature, to restore the forests that were cut down. It is your job to restore the environment that has been destroyed. It is your job to restore humanity and restore our DNA and restore our health mentally and physically, spiritually. It is your job to set a good foundation for the next generation. And there's nothing more important. But we seem to think that something else is more important, as if we need another TV show, as if we need another football team, as if we need one more boxer, as if we need one more restaurant, as if we need one more prisoner, one more court system, or one more judge, or one more lawyer. We don't need nothing but more humans living in harmony with the circle of life, respecting their own body, respecting the plants and animals, and respecting the circle of life, being good gardeners to themselves and to creation. What else is needed? Be honest. There's nothing else more important. They got enough of it. We got enough corporations, we got enough businesses, we got enough restaurants, we got enough entertainment, we got enough video games, we got enough TV shows, we got enough of everything else except for human beings trying to restore the damage done to us for the last 400 to thousands of years ago. It's enough of everything else. So that's all I'm committed to. That's all I care about. And so I'm making moves the best way I can, moving like a shaman, nomad, guru, yoga, jungle free wild man over here in this society, trying my best to put the pieces together from the journey I've been on. And with my daughter being here, I'm just trying to put it all together now. So those who want to help, those who want to support my program, those who want to donate to the cause, and like I say right now, if I'm gonna be here for a while, I don't mind doing speaking engagements, setting up different things. But anybody that is watching that does have that 6-figure abundance or 7-figure abundance, like I see people like the Nature Boy people, they donate like $50,000 because y'all want to see chaos, y'all want to see somebody beat up on women, y'all want to see somebody abuse kids, y'all want to see somebody. People love that stuff and they get so much support. Here I bring the most truth, the most life, the most love, and it's hard for people to support something that's challenging, something that you really have to do on the inside. You have to do the inner work. It's hard to get people to support that. But it'll come. It's coming. Those who can, hit my inbox. Those who are interested in my program, hit my inbox. Those who want to do a consultation, I got meditational coaching, nutritional coaching, parasite cleanse, nutrition guide, workout planning. I'm thinking about doing online workouts type things where I do bodyweight workouts, so we'll figure it out. I'm just trying to put a lot of things together where I can help those help themselves and help us all vibrate higher. So much love to y'all. Peace, family. I love everybody that tuned in. I'm going to tend to the comments in 1 second. Usually after I do it live, it takes a little minute. Let me just let the phone charge. But it's been love talking with y'all, and I thank everyone here for viewing, because as I see these numbers on the views go up and down, it ain't like, see, y'all power me. You see, when I see 50 views and I see 40 views and I see comments, it's like, you see, my eyes are picking up the information. It's picking up those receiving. It causes more. It's like throwing wood on my fire. So I appreciate those who watch the videos, those who comment, those who share, those who love everything I do, because you're just throwing wood on my fire. And this sun is burning from the inside out. Love y'all.